that is what is going to happen. That was a hard sentence to say. Hey, it's me, TB, and to start the video, I'll just go ahead and say what needs to be said. Black Lives Matter. We need to defund the police and then take that money to like redistribute it to the community in like various other ways, because the police just don't fucking work. And also from the build on, it just racist as hell. So yeah, there we go. Because of the murder of George Floyd by the police, there are multiple like, petitions and stuff going around. So I'll link all of that stuff down below in the description. And yeah, so I really have to say, because I already filmed this before, and I have like no idea what I said. So there we go. This is my wrap up. I didn't film a mid-month one because I didn't read a lot, and the first three things I read were part of a manga series. I'm not gonna like review that until I finish all of them. So yeah, there we go. And yeah, let's get started because I already filmed this and I fucked up. So yay. First is The Accusation by Bandy. This is a collection of short stories that were smuggled out of North Korea. And yeah, I give it 4 out of 5 stars. It was a good time. I felt that overall the stories were like really interesting and like fun to read, but they did seem to come like very heavy when it came to morals and stuff. Like I felt like it was trying to tell you something, and then it was like tell you it very deliberately, I guess, without being like slow, without being so subtle about it. So yeah, it's the whole thing. Overall, I still really liked it. I do recommend it. You will learn a lot about North Korea in this book because there's so much we don't know. This like kind of like was in the hole, I guess. So yeah, it was a good time. I enjoyed it. Next is The Red Point Crew, or Crux, I have no fucking idea, by Morgan Shami, or Shami. Should have asked, but I didn't, so here we are. This is I guess you'd call it like a paranormal romance, maybe? Maybe not paranormal, but like a romance of sorts, so like more like thriller-ish elements. I'm pretty sure the comp titles for this were like Phantom of the Opera meets Black Swan, which I can see why. There's some definitely like some like so that is reminiscent of that, so I can see why that is drawn. Basically, this is about a girl who is a professional climber, but her career's over because like some scandal that happened where she lets her attacking people during one of her like climbing exhibitions, and she returns to her hometown at first just to like get money. But then she is drawn to these events because her family own this theater, and it's like weird shit goes on at the theater because like kind of haunted maybe. And what was happening? Here's one thing like what the synopsis says, not like saying it directly. Basically, the theater needs money because the last people that owned it ran away with the money. So like fuck, we need to play to like put on or something like a ballet, something to do. And then people start dying again because the main character's father, as well as the other men, died because like someone is like killing men, like leaving them like a veil over their face, I think. And so people are dying again. She comes down just as it starts happening again. So people are like, "Are you the fucking killer?" She's like, find out who's killing people and why. You saw the whole fucking thing. I didn't give it like 4 out of 5 stars. I did enjoy my time with it. I feel like the beginning was like kind of slow and like choppy, I guess. Like once you get going, it's like really good, and I was like invested in this. And also like the ending did not give me what I wanted from an ending. Like first it was good, and then like the last few paragraphs kind of like just like fucked it up for me. It's like, well, that kind of like sucks now, but okay, I guess I will take it. Overall, I still did really like it. Like one of the twists was so fucking like duh when it happened. Like I did not see it coming at all. So that's like really good because like the twist means coming because like it's so obvious when you think about it in like hindsight. Then you're like, oh fuck, that was a good twist. That it was like there. I should have seen it, but I did not see it. So kudos to y'all for that one. I probably explain it really fucking badly, but like it's so weird to explain because you're like in this theater and murders start happening. She's like stop them from happening and find out like why they're happening again. The whole fucking thing. And yeah, overall it was like really good. And yeah, then I read Annie John by Jamaica Kincaid. This is a coming of age story following Annie John as she grows up in Antigua. Just like a lot of Jamaica Kincaid's other work that follows mostly on the relationship between the mother and the daughter and how it is kind of like dysfunctional. This story fucked me up. I cried at the ending because like things can go one way, then you get told fuck going wrong, and it's pretty fucking intense. This does take place during the period of time when Antigua is still a colony of Britain, but it doesn't need to like end up with that. It's very just like subtle about that. Focus more on like Annie John just like growing up and like existing in her home during this period of time more than anything else. And there are like 8 chapters, and like each chapter is like maybe like a year in her life, and it follows her from between like 8 or 9 to like 18 when she's like leaving. And yeah, it's a whole fucking ride. And it's intense. I still really like it, and give it like I think 4 to 5 stars. I guess 5 to 5 stars, which yeah, you know what, it deserves it. And it made me cry, and like I never cry, so yeah. I would say more, but there's not a lot to say because it's like super short. If you don't want to read about like mothers and daughters fighting and like bickering, probably don't pick this up because like it gets pretty intense. Things are said, and yeah. So there we go. Then I read Breast and Eggs by Mieko Kawakami. This is a like bind up of like 2 of her like novellas, I guess, or like short stories maybe. And overall, I will say I preferred the first one more than the second one. The second one kind of like dragged on and like certain parts, and they're in the romance, so very like too easy, I guess. I still did really like it, but there are certain parts felt like kind of like dragged on. And then like the second half of the novel, like it's not the second half, but like the second novella. I'm pretty sure our main character is called Natsuko. I'm sure her name is, at least like the first part is Natsu. I'm pretty sure, but I might totally be wrong. It's like the first novella is following her when her sister and her sister's daughter come to visit her during like a weekend during summer. Like what happens then, and then the second novella is following Natsuko again, but now it's been like a few years, I think, maybe like I want to say like 10 maybe, and it's following her showing that she wants children, but she like doesn't want sex because she tried to have sex before and she didn't like it. So yeah, so it's like it's a thing. She's following her on her journey of like thinking that she is infertile and she can never have kids, and then having kids. Like, no, she doesn't have kids. I shouldn't say that. But she's like, most of the book is her following her as she is trying to conceive, like what that means. It's a whole thing. It's just very long-winded. I feel like if you or someone that wants to have kids but doesn't, maybe you'll like it more. It didn't like resonate with me, I guess, because you feel like very long-winded, and I was like, you either want them or you don't. I don't know why it's so long-winded. But yeah, just like things wrapped up way too nicely for what happened to the main character, I guess. And like what I like in like the first novella I didn't get in the second novella, which is like the relationship between like her and her family, and like that being defined as you get like snippets of like their like background. So yeah, overall it was like very well written, but I just think certain parts dragged on. Of course, this is translated from Japanese, so it might be an issue about the translation. But yeah. Next, I read The Castle of Otranto by Horace Walpole. This is following I think, Prince of Otranto as his like territory falls into like despair, like madness, I guess, because shit's happening. People are dying, and like supernatural events are happening all across the area. This was, I think, the first supernatural English novel, and it's like one of the more important works of like gothic fiction. This is like a fucking wild badass ride because like crazy shit happens, crazy shit just happening from like the start of like chapter 1, because like early on someone gets crushed by like a giant like helmet from a statue, and then the helmet just starts like floating around and shit. There are ghost legs. They're like porches that come to life. It's a whole fucking thing. They're like secret passageways. Like secret children. It's a whole fucking thing, and the whole thing is like 70 pages long. So yeah, shit's fucking wild. Not much else to say. I like the character development we did get, and there's not a lot of it. I didn't feel like it overstayed its welcome, which is a problem with like a lot of classics. How they're like very long-winded. This one isn't. It's very short and quick, and I did like that. One thing that might push people away is that the fact that there aren't any like quotation marks. Like this is like one paragraph. They're not all that long. It's like one paragraph, and like this one paragraph might have like 3 or 4 people talking in it. So there's no breaks at all. Just like know when the breaks happen. I feel like it is good about telling you like when someone new is talking, so you're not like totally lost. It does make you go slower because there are like no breaks. So yeah, fair warning. I still liked it and I do recommend it, but it can be very like, it can take you longer to read because there are like no breaks. So there we go. Then I read The Case of Windy Lake by Michael Hutchinson. Holy shit. That's hard for me to fucking say. It's basically like if the Hardy Boys were First Nation kids, basically. This is part of a series. There are only like 2 books out right now. Or the second book like last year. I just got around to reading the first one. And this is basically following, in this one, it's following these kids trying to find what happened to these archaeologists who went missing. And yeah, it's basically what it's about. It's very short and it's written like pretty big font, so it's not that deep. But I still really like it. I give it like 4 to 5 stars. So yeah, it was a good time. I will say that the second book is better in my opinion. But yeah, overall it's really, was really good. It's like this one takes a while to get involved. And then again, I am like 22, and like the main audience is like 12, so that's probably something that has something to do with it. The last thing I read this month was The Ranger of Marzana by John Scavron. Yeah, Scavron. Okay, good. Woo. This is a adult fantasy novel that's following. God, what's her name? I have no idea. But our main character, who is a ranger of Marzana, and Marzana is the goddess of like winter and death in this world. And our main character is the last ranger of Marzana, following her and her brother because they're separated. Because like events that happened early on in the story, they're separated, following how they go on very different paths, and they're like eventually set to go against each other. It isn't a spoiler because it's very like comes on very early on. That is what is going to happen. That was a hard sentence to say because she is a ranger, but her brother has like elemental magic, I think, and he is drafted into the military of this empire that has conquered their people and is like I'm not saying enslaved, but like it's like everyone's kind of like fucked and poor, and he's recruited into the military, and he like agrees to like the military's people being like the conqueror's government and like what their beliefs are, and she is more like natural because the worship of Marzana was like forbidden when the other empire came to conquer. And so yeah, the girl is trying to like free people so they can like worship freely again, and their brother is trying to make it so the empire can like keep it whole because he believes that they're doing it for a good reason, basically. I don't know like what else to say because like there is like necromancy, there's really cool like plot element where like as a ranger of Marzana, you can't die until Marzana is like done, like done with you. So she will just keep bringing you back to life until she's like done with you. And every time you get brought back to life, you are a little bit less human and more like demonic, I guess you could say. So yeah, that's like really cool like plot element. And I wish we saw more of that. This is like multi POV, so what it is mostly following the brother and sister. They're like different POVs from like their mother, a fiance, and like a few other like minor side characters. Surprisingly, what it's going to be the fiance is the most interesting POV because she's so like she's like one way on the outside, and you see her as we throughout most of the book when you get to like her POV, you realize that she's very like smart and like conniving, and it's just so fun to read. It was like a lot of fucking ride, and yeah, I did like it. I'm probably gonna pick it up in like a physical version sometime in the future. Probably not soon, but in the future at some point. It was over 500 pages. I didn't feel like it like dragged on. The beginning was very choppy, but still like when you get into it, like the main like fantasy world, it was like a good time overall. We'll see that like the first chapter it feels very like useless and like pointless to me because it's following some like character that never gets brought up again. So it just feels very like stupid to mention him, but it happens. It's a thing. And yeah, I think everything that I read in May. So yeah, if you like the video, subscribe, like, share, all that shit. And hopefully I'll be back to uploading on a regular basis soon.